Okay. So as is tradition, our first two witnesses usually get more questions than anybody else, and so given that it's 10:15 tonight, we'll pick up the pace, and we'll try to limit testimony to about 3 minutes apiece. So we'll start moving through these. So we have Tracy Ansley and David Bass. Tracy Ansley, David Bass. Is David still with us? Come on forward, please, and sit down as soon as you get here. You can go ahead and start testifying. State your name for the record, who you're with, and your position on the bill. Next on deck, we'll have Stephen Betson and Bill Betson. And they might not be here? Okay. Yeah, good. Great. Go ahead.
My name is Tracy Ansley, and I am testifying. I'm sorry, I need a copy of that. I gave you my copy, too.
You're doing great. We'll start the clock over.
Yeah.
We're good to go.
And I'm testifying for myself. Okay, and I am in support of House Bill 594. I believe you all have the Texas Nurses Association statement in front of you. I was going to read it, but since you have it, you can read it for yourselves. And I'll go ahead and start with my testimony.
Yes, ma'am.
My name is Tracy Ansley, and I've worked in the medical field as a nurse my entire adult life. I've worked in hospitals, physicians' offices, a pain management day hospital, and most recently in home health and hospice care. I've lost many patients and my own mother-in-law to accidental overdoses of prescription medications. I've never witnessed a death caused by cannabis. I would like to tell you about my dad, Bill. In 2009, he was diagnosed with Alzheimer's and dementia. He also suffered from asbestosis from his service on the USS Des Moines. My dad suffered from sundowning, which includes confusion, aggression, and hallucinations every evening. Thank you. His symptoms began like clockwork around 5 p.m. every night. For almost 2 years, we tried every medication prescribed by the Dallas VA. The medications that he was given were either sedated him all day long, to a point he was basically unresponsive, and they also exacerbated his nighttime symptoms, especially the aggression. After seeing how well cannabis tincture had worked for my other patients, and researching that it could also be useful for my dad, I begged my mom to let me try it on him. Because of it being illegal, she resisted me. For 2.5 years, she resisted my pleas. Finally, when she was at her wit's end and considering placing my dad in a nursing home because her own health was failing it, she finally gave in and let me try that stuff on him. The very first night I gave it to him, he slept the entire night. Have you ever gone 3 years without sleeping because you're taking care of your dad? And your mom? I'm sorry. He was more alert and aware the next day, and after 3 weeks of giving him his nightly dose, he no longer hallucinated. His aggression and confusion were greatly diminished. Because of the marijuana, I hate using that word because that is a racist term, not the actual name of the plant. Because of cannabis tincture, my parents were able to have a loving relationship again instead of a confused and hostile one. My dad died in my son's arms in September, and my mom is still beating herself up because she refused that stuff, as she called it, for so long. I still beat myself up every day that I'd not fight harder for my dad and go behind her back and give it to him anyhow. I beg of you, please find the compassion and courage in your hearts to send this bill to the House floor. Texas physicians should be able to discuss the pros and cons of this beneficial plant with their patients without fear of risking their license, and patients like my dad, Vincent, should be allowed to present their medical records, their physician's testimony, and scientific studies to a jury of their peers if they find themselves charged with possession. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for your testimony tonight. Where is what's
Hunt County, Roy City. I'm right on the
Hunt County.
Let's see, she's not here, is she? No, Collin and Hunt. I almost live on the Collin-Hunt County line. Part of my property is in Collin County, but my home And so I'm a registered voter in Hunt County, District 2.
Yeah, got it. Ms. Davis?
Can I ask you one question?
Sure.
Because this is a whole new subject to me. What is tincture? What is cannabis? And witness I've heard is that.
It's more concentrated. It's made generally with alcohol or glycerin, vegetable glycerin. It can be put into foods. It can be used sublingually, which makes it very fast. Not as fast as inhalation, but within minutes. Instead of where if you eat it in medibles, it can take 30 minutes to an hour or two for it to actually start working. And so tincture can be a much faster delivery system without having to inhale it.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.